Here, back for another update. Let's take a look at DGB over here. And what you can see over here is Wyckoff accumulation. We've been within Wyckoff accumulation for over 540 days. Okay? And right now we're seeing the trend shift. So over here you have your selling climax, you have your automatic rally, your second test, your failed breakout, your secondary test in phase B, come back up for another failed breakout, and then what you have over here is a creaking like motion to chop out all of the retail traders. And then once we get to this spring over here, that's when all the retail capitulate and the composite operator buys up all the fear, comes back, makes an initial advance, and then a move back down for your test. So after your spring phase, you move up and then you come back down for your test. This over here would be the optimal entry. So because it would be more safe. And then if we look in Wyckoff if we look within this Wyckoff accumulation schematic, what we see over here is that we've been under this downtrend for 499 days. And you can consider this blue line like the water, and then the price is like a ball. So if the price is if the ball has been under this water for so long, you're bound to see a pop up. And what we see over here is we tested that downtrend 3 times now. So you have your first time, second time, and your third time right here. So it would make sense that we see a little bit of resistance here, but eventually we are going to break out toward our SOS phase. So after your test phase, you have what's called last point of support. Okay? This is your last point of support. And we're ultimately going to see a move back up to the top of the range at 0.01844. And I think we're going to break above the top of this range, right? Above the top of this Wyckoff accumulation range towards the 38.2% fib, 50%, and the 50% before we see a little bit of a knockdown. So all I did was I took a fib from the very peak over here down to the trough, and this is how I found the fib targets. Ultimately though, I think that DGB is going to perform very well, so I think we do come back to test these all-time highs. But for now, right now we're within our last point of support phase, and we're just seeing that parabola. So right now it's very choppy. All the coins are very choppy, and you may get frustrated because it's taking a lot of time, but once it gets going, it moves really fast. So especially once you get over this blue line over here, it's a huge psychological resistance. So once you get a daily candle closure above it, it's going to move really fast towards the top of the range, and then eventually towards the 38.2% fib and the 50% fib. What we can also notice when we analyze the volume from the start of the Wyckoff accumulation range to the end of the Wyckoff to the spring, what do we see over here? We see that the most traded volume for over 500 days is right over here, right where the price is at now. This is called the point of control. So the most traded volume that's ever occurred within this whole entire accumulation range is right now. Okay? And it's good because right now we see we're forming a base above it. Okay, we're forming a base above it. When the price is above the point of control, that is bullish. So this is called your POC, or your most traded volume. And of course, if you're doing futures, here, let me just, okay, and I'll show you where the value area high would be. Okay, so the value area high is sitting at 0.1005. Okay, this is the value area high. Okay. Okay, and when we look at the wave count when we zoom in here, you have your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have an A, B, C correction, another 5-wave move up. Okay, and we can take a trend-based fib from this swing low up to this swing high and down to the counter trend. And we see that your 1.236 is right there sitting at around the value area high. So it wouldn't surprise me that we reach around that area. Okay, now remember, this is very small. I'm doing these waves on a very small type of a time frame, but I don't want you guys to forget the macro target. Okay, and the macro target would be at the top of this Wyckoff range over here at 0.01844. So anything so the top of this range and anything above it would be perfect take profits. And you can also take profit at this value area high over here, right over here at the 1.236. And then maybe it will come down for a little bit of a breather and then continue the trend to the upside. So I hope you guys enjoyed the DigiByte video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.